Hey everybody, thought I'd do a video on our fish tank because I've really been enjoying everyone else's YouTube videos. This is our fish tank and we have a little wet dry system over here. And I'm not sure how many gallons that is. The main tank is 75. We just moved up from a 55 that we used to have going a few years ago, and we don't have too much in there just yet. We have a lot of, I'm new to this, so pardon the vocabulary, but I guess if it's not live rock, it's dead rock. So that's not live yet. Most of that too, you can probably see the one piece of live rock there. And then we got a little piece of zinnia right there. I'll try to zoom in. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know how to zoom in. There we go, a little bit. He's all closed down right now. I'm not sure why. I just adjusted the pH. So hopefully he'll come out and start pulsing. And then we have our two clownfish. We just got them a few days ago. We have a blue-green chromis. He tends to hide back there. And he's not going to come out. And we have a royal grama who tends to hide over here. And he is very bashful. He hides under a rock here in the front. Oh, like our hood. The hood is obviously from our 55 gallon and doesn't quite come to the back. And on our overflow, we got tired of hearing the water run, so we have a towel stuffed in there. I read all about Durso standpipes and stuff, and I was going to make one, and my wife shoved a towel in there. It's like, okay, I guess that'll work. So that's our current setup. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have a sump and have the wet dry actually in the basement. So this will go from 75 gallon system to around 130, but still using the 75 as the display tank. We're just going to run the PVC along here and over to there. See that little lip on the ground? And I'll be cutting in there, and we'll go downstairs and I'll show you where I'm going to put the rest of the stuff. As I'm walking, I'll kind of talk. I'm not sure if anyone's going to be interested in these videos. I've never really made one for YouTube. Never really made a video for instructional purposes or documenting or anything at all. But I'm kind of excited to do it, and I'm interested to see if anyone else is going to get any information from my videos. So we'll see what the comments are like. Alright, so here's the basement. It's kind of messy right now. We just moved in a couple months ago. Oh, I don't know if I said, but the tank's about a month old. Oh, and here's going to be the tank, our sump tank, I guess it would be. And this was our old 55 gallon. The reason we bought a new one is because of this. See how this is broken? Hopefully you can see that. Well, it doesn't look too bad right now, but when we had this guy filled with water, this front part was bowed out. So as you looked from here, it was bowed out an inch further than the sides. So I measured the sides, and then I measured the center, and it was an inch further. What I'm going to do is, since it's just going to be down here in the basement, I'm just going to use a tie down. There's the fancy orange tie down. It's going to go around that center and hopefully brace that up nicely. It's out here right now because I re-caulked the sides. We had this tank in one of our rental houses, and they were using a freshwater aquarium, and it must have been leaking or something, and they had caulk, like white caulk on the inside there to seal up the leak. And I didn't know if it was safe for fish or anything, so I went ahead and got I got this stuff, which is like crazy major expensive. Silicone, all glass aquarium. I went to store after store and I found a lot of 100% silicone, but none of them said aquarium safe or fish safe. So I decided to just do this because we're just setting up our system and I don't want it to be messed up on the very start here. So here is going to be the, I guess it would be called sump room. Let me turn off the fans. And you probably wonder why there's fans, because we did our last water change from down here, and when I was done with the water change, I dropped the drain hose, and it was lower than the trash can, so of course everything siphoned right out. So the first few days in our new sump room got really wet, so hopefully that's not going to happen again. I did a few things underneath this carpet. It's just wood. See, you can see. Just wood over here. I drilled some holes. Oh, I guess I'll show you the holes. I'm sure you've seen drilled holes before, but just in case, I'll show you anyway. See, there's a hole there and there. So just some holes that I drilled, and so in case we get a flood in here, hopefully we don't, it will drain through those holes and go down to the dirt, which I know is not supposed to get wet, but in case of emergency, at least it would drain down there instead of into this room, which is beyond this wall, which is a nice finished room that I don't want to get flooded. So here is my RO setup, or start of the setup. I have a water line, a fridge water line coming down there, and it's going to go into the RO unit, which we just got. Right now the RO unit is has a tiny little drip leak, and I'm trying to figure out how to solve that. I have Teflon tape on there right now, but it's still leaking, so I'm going to figure out how to solve that, either with silicone or plumber's putty, but I really don't want to get silicone or plumber's putty to gum up the system in there, so I want to be real careful. The drain from the RO unit is going right into a 1.5 inch PVC right there. I'm not sure what those bracket things are called, but it's kind of like the reverse of a fridge line, but it's draining. And then this is just open on this side. I'll show you the other side while I'm at it. Oh, there's a ladder there and stuff. Can't wait to get this area cleaned up. But there's the other side of the wall where it comes out of the wall. Down here I have a little trap there, and it just goes into a clean out area that was there before, and I kept the cap there so in case we need to access that cleanup area or clean out area. And the trap should trap any drainage gases from getting back up into the system. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna try to put together a parts list for what kind of piping I need. Oh, I didn't really show you down here, but up here, there, right about up there, that's that little step wall that I showed you that the piping's going to come through. And we'll come down here into the, probably the wet dry filter. I might toy around with going into a protein skimmer and using gravity instead of a pump. We'll see how that works. I've never seen something set up like that. Then the sump tank will be set up here, and we'll have some trash cans there for water changes. And that's where we're at right now. So tune in and we'll see what the next step brings.